What's up, bro? Sorry I missed you last night, man. My kids got down and I had a little bit of sleepy time myself, so I fell asleep. But I'll start out in the garage. Some old pops. Some Danny Way in the house. Alan Midget. I always like that Aaron Murray, dude. Pretty fucked up Nodis. That's the Tom Penny, Cheech and Chong. Dan Wilkes. Staub. Gutierrez. I always like that Mike Smith. Marcel Hofker had it. Vision double kick. Precursor to the Barnyard. Eddie Rigetti, Chad Winslow had that. Nicer Nodis. Chris Miller. And NOS Bucky. Metrodome seats. So there's another one back behind this basketball hook too. Jeff Phillips. Chapman, Jimi Hendrix. Pretty beat up. But Gonz's first blind board. Yellow face. Muska. Hawk Birdhouse. That's kind of Powell's. Remember those sweatpants, dude? I never owned them, but I liked them with the them going down the legs, the ripper, medallion. Beat up mountain. So the ceiling, that's where most of the stuff in the garage is. Beat up Mullen, beat up Ragdoll, and pretty trash shit there, but Gons extravaganza here, dude. You know, you can tell I like the Gons. BBC prototype. I always thought that was, they used to hang in Al John's, dude. I don't know if you remember the Al John's in Bandana Square. That was a cool shop. More Gons. Gons Man and Woman. Ken Park. Gator. Johnny Cop. I always liked that one. The Boneyard. My rider these days. This wall, I did that ceiling. I think that's the bulk of the garage. Let's see. Yeah, we're going in the house now. Here's the other riders. Oh yeah, the Neil Blender coffee break. Old Tracker sweatshirt. And go in the house. A little nicer here. Just a little table. Start here. Personal riders, dude. I was like Chris Pastris, Dune. He is riding it. Also Chris Pastris rider, but it's a Jason Lee deck. There's some photos of him riding it around here. Fucking Gons reissue or reissue. I don't own any reissues, dude. Gon's personal rider. He signed it somewhere on here. There's a signature, but was he doing a tray flip on it? For a YouTube video. Another 60, 80 Gons. That was kind of when we were graduating. There's the Eric Costin rider. I don't, for whatever reason, I don't love this one, but whatever. I'd take that sticker off, dude, but it's like, you know, there he is riding, the sticker's on, so I don't want to take that sticker off. Jason Lee, slick. The blind ripper, it's a rare one. Another rare one is that the mac and cheese blind gone slick. It's the only newer deck I have is Jamie Foy. Bad dude. The old Airwalks with the lace savers, old Vision, some Star Wars shit up there. Jason Lee, I have the mini of that, and yeah, the Dear George boards. I remember seeing those in the shop and not thinking too much of them, man. I wish I would have bought a ton of these. The barnyard, pretty clean barnyard. Took me a long time to get that. Rocco, he's only up here since he started World Industries. You might recognize that guy. Is that your cousin? Is that your cousin? There's Nerdy Me with my gator. Another Dune. Yeah, Randy Colvin, Velvet Safari. There's another barnyard. This one's totally fucked. It's autographed though. OG shirt. This Mike Vallely's cracked. Go from here. Oh, Powell. Bobby Karpowitz. I don't remember him from down the street. He had that deck, and I remember the day he called. He's like, "Dude, I got a Tony Hawk." I'm like, "Bring it over." And he brought it over, and it was like right when this one came out, and I was like, "Dude, you got the dumb one, man, and as big as a fucking boat." I never had Powell's in those days, so it's weird that I kind of collect them, you know, now. Auto. But I mean, they were important to it, but I never had like Powell decks, and nobody in our neighborhood did. Pretty clean NOS Tommy G. So I got like all of their autographs. Me and Hawk. And he signed that for me in silver pen, so you can't see an old Cheapskates catalog. There's the pink one. Pretty clean Lance, pre-Bonite. There's his autograph, is it there? I'll do that shirt smells so bad. That's why it's in a case, dude. Otherwise you just smell it, Gil. So when nerded out and did Gleaming the Cube on this, you're gonna try to make it look like a Gleaming the Cube deck and whatever. It's just me and a buddy. It's skating at a park in Colorado. Let's see, we did that wall. Remember the berets? Dude, I never had those. Some Oakleys. More prototype. She was pretty clean though. Yeah, I never had anything other than these wheels and some white gull wings. They went on every setup I ever had. Not these particular ones. These ones are cleaner, but so my folks ever bought me, and that was all I ever got. Every Thrasher in 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, then all the not all the Trans Worlds, but a bunch of Trans World. Another Gons Yellow Face, such a sweet deck. Gator, it's the closest one that I've ever been able to find to the one that I own. It's pretty clean though. Another Gons. The Soy's rookie deck. When he was with Sims. Pretty clean Hammerhead. It's got a little scrape under. I put these Jimmy Z shorts in the t-shirt. The t-shirt kind of goes over a big. You can kind of see there the tail's a little beat up. Some first gen Soy Rockets. But these street decks, though, these were the ones I liked, dude. Dan Kabinski's older brother, dude, who was rumored to be able to do a McTwist. He skated the black one, and so I never had it, but I remember seeing that. I was like, oh, that's sweet. Some old hip packs. All the old skate vids. This is a blind. It's totally Thrash. I don't even think you can see it. It's Jason Lee, the kind of Doodle Monkeys or something. Old Vision t-shirt. I always liked that saying, but I will die wondering, dude, because I never was as good as I wanted to be. Yeah, there's the gull wings. I had white gull wings and those black bullets on anything I ever owned, dude. Tony Magnuson, Random Wheels. Gator. Coggin had that particular Gator, so that's why I ended up getting that one. So yeah, that's kind of the main room. I think I've covered most everything in here. I'll go in here. Not as many decks in here. Do the Metallica. It was a sweet shape. pretty clean Staub. Not unskated, but pretty close to unskated. There's me and Staub right there. He was a cool dude. He was like following me around afterwards. Like we hung out a little bit, and I thought it was over. I'm walking away, and he kept going. I think that's most everything for this room. We'll go in the control room here. That one's restored, so it's not as clean as it looks. It's original, but some dude in Florida like restored it. Skate rags, shorts, kind of the later dumber ones. This was the first board I ever owned, dude. It was a Veriflex Voodoo. Empty case. I gotta put a deck in there. Some Bad Boy shorts, old tracker watch. Vicious Circle, dude. I don't know if you remember that shop. That shop was the shit. Me and Paul Schmidt and Wenzel's had that video, and that was the only video we watched. That, and like Psycho Skates was like the only videos anybody owned, so we watched the shit out of that video, man. Some Bad Boy shorts. Yeah, El Gato. Another one of those black bullets. But yeah, El Gato is a cool dude. Went and seen. There's, you can actually see me right there in that photo at the El Gato Classic, and they signed that up. Let's see, go to the Santa Cruz laundry room here, and the 70s shitter, and that might be the trick. So yeah, most of the Santa Cruz keeping the laundry room. Here's an Eric Drezen personal rider. There he is with skating it with all the boys. Like, I actually don't know why I got this one. I'm not crazy about it. I actually kind of want to get rid of it. But the Melting Clocks I always thought was a pretty sweet deck. It's a little rough, but the Jason Jesse's pretty clean. Roscott face. I always liked the Roscott T5 the most. But the best deck I ever skated was actually the Jeff Kendall of the Santa Cruz boards. That was like the only one that ever really fit my style of skating or whatever. I liked the shape. I liked the way it skated. Corey O'Brien, I had one. I loved the graphic, dude, but it just didn't skate that well for me. Got a couple of those. And there's the Grassos, the toy box, and the Demon. Yours is way nicer than mine, but if you like mine, dude, I'll trade you mine and give you cash. I don't know, or if there's something else. And if you're wanting to trade or something, I'm just not an $800 deck dude. I know it's worth it and everything, dude. I just don't spend that kind of money. 70 shitter. Yeah, Tony Alva autograph. Dogtown. Little GNS Warp Tail. I don't have too much for 70s stuff. It's a little bit. There's me, little Joey. One of those Michaela or Kala, whatever. I don't even really know what the fuck that is. Some other like old penny board. Beat up Alva. I don't know when that's from, but I always like that. The J Adams auto. Bad motherfucker. So I think this is a Logan Ski and Earth, but it's the graphics totally worn off. But yeah, dude, that's kind of the bulk of. There might be some decks hiding that I forgot to show, but yeah. So if I don't really have any in the proper house, but kind of all in the basement. But yeah, a little walk through my shit. Always growing. Yeah, I'm always up for trades or whatever. If you have ideas and stuff, dude, you know, whatever. But like, I'd be down to, you know, to talk. But why do you want to sell it anyways, dude? It's a fucking sweet deck. Yeah, so the pile's back. And then back in the garage. Maybe I'll even shoot you a skating video here to